time. Their coaches, I'm coachable. Stern B. Shaw, Sam Mitchell.
Can we talk about that? The coachable part?
Yeah, well, aren't we supposed to do this behind closed doors? I mean, real coaches would not ever air out their own laundry. Come on, B.
Well, you're not a real player, so we can break you down and not care about it.
Shots
Let's
fired.
go from, center court, which we're normally on Tuesdays, to center stage. And that is the glory days indeed. The great rivalry, the domination of the sport, doing it differently with different names, but look at what they've done in each conference. We look at where they are next. Perhaps for the Lakers, icing Trae Young and the Hawks, the next step in another win in the column. LeBron was putting on a show with Kobe in attendance.
B, it must be nice to just throw it up there anywhere and let the king go get it, huh? Just throw it up there.
Sure.
I'll find it.
Sure is. And look in the crowd and see Kevin Hart, Kobe, and two chains.
I just want to hear you do that again. Can we show him again? Acrobatic LeBron off glass. LBJ 33, 12 assists, 7 boards, lead 25. Trae Young inside. Then help from his friends. He had 31 and 7. Jabari Parker.
Oh, with the left hand.
Top.
And we cut it down to 10. This was a theme. Let's spread the lead again. That's outside LeBron, inside Danny Green.
A little reversal of roles.
Role reversal. 28-point lead at the break. Hawks fighting. Young to the rack. Then a lot of those extra plays. Lloyd going to be happy with the effort early in the second half. Evan Turner here, Sam.
Yeah, you get the Hawks are playing hard. A young team crashing the glass, but that man right there may have had a little bit too much for him.
I'll tell you what, half the shots the Hawks took, it seemed like were blocked. It was amazing how many extra opportunities the Lakers would give to their offense, and that's bad news to any defense. Kuz, alley-oop. Kobe knew it was a wrap. 21-point win for the Lakers. 33 for LeBron James. Balanced scoring, ton of blocks. And when you look at LeBron, Bisha, obviously, he's got to be rejuvenized by playing with AD, a player at that level, all the new coaching and the defense and the culture. But he had an aggression offensively tonight that this facilitated LeBron, which we know he always is. We haven't seen yet, maybe even to this level this season.
No, and he came out, he wanted to put his stamp on the game right from the start. Was very aggressive offensively. The assists he's going to get, the rebounds he's going to get, but the defensive end, the effort that he's putting forth, showing all aspects of the game, mid-range, three-point, free throws, getting out in transition and scoring, and doing it in front of another champion like Kobe Bryant, where I'm sure that was motivation for him to want to put on a show.
Ton of easy buckets for the Lakers. For Trae Young, he makes it look easy, but they weren't helping him. What were they doing to ice Trae, if you will, defensively for Frank and his staff tonight?
Well, they were just harassing this young fella right now. They know how.
What better way to close out your weekend? A Sunday night edition of Game Time, live with you here in Atlanta in our studios at NBA TV. Casey Stern and the coaches, B. Shaw, Sam Mitchell. And speaking of coaches, the Lakers, they are always going to get attention, but they've elevated, if you haven't heard it, in their player personnel, which means everybody now, including Kobe, got to get front row seats and make sure they can take a look at LeBron and the new group.
They talk to him in the locker room.
You do that dance too, Sam?
No, I go watch the King as one of his subjects.
Back in the day at Studio 54, there's LeBron
King,
on the alley-oop. Kobe likes it. Dap it up. He's not done, though, Kobe. Pull up. Easy three.
I think that's what Kobe likes, B. He likes seeing LeBron shoot that three.
Watch this acrobatic.
Get out of my way.
Bouncing off of Hawks like bumper cars. 1, 2, 3.
Runaway train.
17 points and 7 assists. The lead was 34-9. Trae Young inside. And then Jabari Parker, how about the story he's putting together first half here?
Yeah, nobody expected this. And Hawks signed him, and he's really, really played well for them.
Aggressive, in shape, and has certainly played well. Young at 18 and a half. Too much of LeBron. And how about this? Outside LeBron, inside Danny Green.
Danny Green catching one off the rim. Normally, he's out there knocking down threes.
When it's working right, it's working right. And by the way, the lead was bigger. It was like 28. Now it's 19. My math says they cut 9 in the gap already. Trey's got 22. We'll see where else the Hawks get their points. But for LeBron, there are certain games. The interesting thing, take me through this from a coaching standpoint when you see him from that vantage point. I always admire, he's always like 8 different LeBrons. Do I want to get others involved early? Do I feel like tonight I got to really kind of take over? So you don't know how aggressive he'll be. This seemed like a game he felt like he wanted to be aggressive early.
Yeah, I think he wanted to come out and put his stamp on the game right from the jump. Normally he will warm himself into the game, let everybody touch it and, get going and then, kind of pick it up as it goes. But, like I said, probably with Kobe out there in the audience, he wanted to come out aggressive and do his thing in front of Kobe. We
saw a lot of offense in those sequences, but the tough part defensively, how tough the Lakers can be, right? Then you got Trey, you got no John Collins, you got a lot of guys out, and you know where the ball's going. I mean, it's like a one-man band pretty much right now offensively. Going to make it difficult for him to find any space.
Well, yeah, the Lakers going to be physical. They're going to shadow him. They're going to trap him. They're going to hard show. They're not going to try to let him get any open looks because they realize once he gives the ball up, then who's going to score? With all the injuries that the Hawks have right now to some key personnel, it's tough for Trae Young. But again, as a young team, a young coach, these moments you can grow from. You still can't quit. You can't roll over. You just got to play through it and try to scratch out a win and hang in this game. And you know this, B. 19 points is not an insurmountable lead to come back. If they can cut the lead by 10 going into the fourth quarter, they have a puncher's chance.
If you let Trey get extra points for how deep the shots are, you have a better chance, though.
For sure. I mean, they got the 4-point shot now, right? But, the other thing that was smart on the Lakers in terms of their game plan was, Avery Bradley's been out. And so if you don't have him out there to hound a guard like Trae Young, what better way to defend him than to trap him every single time he comes out, comes off pick and roll, make him give the ball up. Sam talked about earlier, deny him back because that he can get hot and get it going. And, and the rest of those guys, not so much. So their game plan was right on point tonight and it allowed them to get out to a big lead.
Yeah, and the Hawks are going to need, you saw Allen Crabbe, guys like that who at least, Sam, even though it's in spurts, can get hot. Problem is, the only way to really keep him in the game is Jabari Parker. Where are they best? When they're running. And that's where they're forcing turnovers, which Atlanta can do, but the Lakers have a lot of veterans, probably not going to turn it over. Makes it difficult because it's the only way, seemingly, to allow them to get easy buckets with the personnel they've got.
Yeah, if you're depending on LeBron James to turn the ball over when he's the point guard, good luck. I mean, look. The Hawks got to try to...
Frank, sometimes the NBA schedule favors you and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, you had a day off yesterday. Atlanta had to play here. Does that make an impact in the way that you approach a game at all, or is it the same as usual?
It really doesn't. Whether a team played the night before or not, we do our work, we prepare. Sundays we've been, we may have a shoot around in the morning. Typically we'll come down here and have an afternoon walkthrough, and that was the case for today. But whether a team played the night before doesn't really impact anything for us.
What's the key with Trae Young? What have you seen from him this season?
He's a monster. He can beat you in a number of ways. He has the 4-point range off the bounce, which makes makes him one of the toughest guys in the NBA to defend. And what makes it tough is when you try to double team him, he has the ability to beat the double team, and still get into the paint, whether it's turning the corner or splitting or rejecting or the various ways you can beat a trap. He has that ability because of his speed. And when you add on 9 assists a game, he's sharing it as well and getting his teammates involved. So it doesn't matter what their record is. It doesn't matter what happened last night. This team came in and beat Denver a couple games ago, and we're going to have to be at our best to beat them.
Wondering what you thought of the rotation with Avery out, and if you're going to plan on going the same way tonight.
Yeah, we'll start KCP again. I think he deserves a chance after the performance, the two-way performance the other night. He always brings consistent defensive energy, and obviously gave us some scoring punch the other night. So he'll be in the starting lineup again.
What do you think lacked a little bit about scoring in the lineups last game when LeBron was out?
We have Rondo in the mix now, and we were playing against a team that was trying to junk the game up. You know what I mean? So when we're trying to work in new guys and the team's playing, trying to trick you with matchups, putting big guys on smalls and, just trying to bring some confusion to the game. Credit Luke for being creative, and I think it just slowed us down a little bit. But, ultimately we had a pretty strong offensive night on a slow-paced type of game, and, something